Totally. So we're joined by Harshan Lamabadusuriya, who's just lost such a close game against Austin. I guess, Harshan, we were just chatting before the filming started about one of the key points of that game, which was your whist play, keeping RIN. Talk us through your thought process at that point.
So Divers did a number of different jobs for Austin. He caught up, and it left, three hotspots really. It left the D of Divers onto the triple for players such as Oxide and Jedi. And then it left the two hooks of Divers, which is Divers and Diversers, for players such as, Oxide again or Jedi again. And then there was the triple, the northern triple next to Cardi. So those are the things. And the turning point in the game, I considered setting up the KST with win, keeping RIST. But then, I decided that actually my strategy at the time, I decided I'd be better off taking off what I thought was the more likely spot. There were two Ds out, Divers took that out. And then Austin played Lex, which really threw me because I strongly suspected he was setting up Jedi with Lex. So then, and by this time I was extremely short of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with the best will in the world, to be honest, that's an extremely complex situation. It's a very complex situation. I guess in terms of heuristics, if I had to do this again, I think I had to solve the situation. I had to make an assumption that he didn't have Jedi, because blocking Jedi wrecked my rack. Essentially, it wrecked my rack and didn't leave me in a position to win the end game, being short of time. So in that situation again, just to make things a bit simpler, I think I had to assume that he wouldn't have Jedi and play down from the northern triple, basically.
Well, the simulation, it said that Twin was best in that situation, but by a fraction, and second was Win.
Okay, that's really interesting. So I guess that leaves two triples, and the idea is that one each basically.
Absolutely, one each. But you're going to score 90 with your bingo, and given what you drew, actually.
I would have had a bingo. Yeah, definitely.
You just have to hope that he doesn't have both the J and the X for two bingo scores. Really intriguing, and I think
really interesting kind of tactical position. And I think to solve that position, you need heuristics. You need to simplify it, especially when you're short of time. You just need to find a way to rationalize the decision making, which I wasn't unfortunately able to do in the heat of the moment.
And we should say, Wheel was the best player in that situation. And
I had no problem with that. Assuming I didn't. I don't think I missed a bingo.
You missed
nothing. I have no problem. It gave Austin. Having said that, it's not especially in his interest to have a wide open board with scores with small lead. But it was always going to open two triples, basically. So that's not. I have no issues with that play, really.
With no inference, it gave you about a 93% win. Obviously, then that's assuming
it assumes optimal play. Assumes optimal play, but using speedy player.
But you weren't far off optimal play anyway. I think
I'm interested to know whether I could have retrieved what my win percentage was in the pre-end game and the end game. I think the end game it was zero. I think zero probably with the empty bag.
With Rhino, it was incredibly. It was much smaller. I'd have to go back through, but it suggested that Hori. Not emptying the bag.
Fair enough. Hori
down the side of Pimenton.
Fine. Okay.
But you obviously have
by that time, I didn't have the resources to solve that. I really didn't.
It was so complex. You need 10 minutes to work all of that out. So, but look, for now, it was a great, well played game. 1-1.
Did I miss any bingos?
No, you didn't. We were wondering why you played Pimenton. Well, actually, when you played Pimenton, you had pen point.
I didn't see pen point. That would have been a better move.
Did you play Pimenton instead of Imponent?
J and EZ out, putting over next to the triple letter square. I think. Seeing as I was going into a big lead, what was the point sacrifice? It was about 4 points.
Yeah, it was very.
So I think, and also it killed all the floaters basically.
And one final thing before we let you go, how did it feel when he played Yegi's? You were sitting with.
It was painful.
The way these things happen sometimes. Well, look,
Yeah.
thank you very much for coming in to join us, and very best of luck in the next match.
Thank you.
Take care.